Hello and welcome to English 0365 Weekly Notes. We are already in week 3, so I hope you're ready to start this week. I want to start by saying that we have new assignment dates this week, so please change in your syllabus, go back to your syllabus and please change the dates. The first thing that we're changing is the Townsend Press online tests due date. As probably you saw last week, there was a little bit of confusion with the Townsend Press tests. It happened that up to last semester, these tests were different from the ones that the book has, but now they have alignment and most of them are the same. Of course, they're only offering 3 or 4 tests online and the book has 6, so if you feel you want more practice, you can still do the other ones on the book. But I felt that I think it's good that you do the ones online early on, and that way you submit your homework as you're practicing when you're reading the chapter and you're doing the PowerPoint that goes with the chapter. So those tests are now going to be due on Wednesday, every Wednesday instead of Sunday. So I have moved the review test number 4, which is always the reading that goes with the chapter. I have moved that to Thursday. So this week the reading is on page 85, How Dual Learners Couples Cope, and basically all you have to do there is answer the questions, the 10 questions. The rest of the days stay the same. This week only you have an additional reading due, and there will be weeks when you have additional readings. This is one of them, and the reading when we have a second one is due on Saturday. The name of the reading is Taming the Anger Monster. Starts on page 474. Want you to practice annotations with that one. And also, I would like you to answer a question which is in the assignment. So you need to practice doing short essays, and that is the format of the final test. And also, that way it shows me that you really understood the reading. So I want to show you some available files that we have, just to point out things that are new this week and also some other ones that we had from before. So this is the entry page, and you will see that we have here the class directory photos. I hope that you took a look at the pictures. I have pictures for everyone. I think Mauro is the only one missing, but if you open the file you will see that some of them are bigger than others. I still haven't sized them, but I will. But at least you can see who you're talking to, so feel free to go to the class directory. Also, in addition to that, if you go back, you can see that we have the PowerPoints from the main book, and it is really important that you read. Here we have chapter 2, that you open the PowerPoint as you are starting to study the chapter, because that's going to aid in the studying of the unit. You will have to follow along. As I told you, I think last week, the PowerPoint follows very closely to what the book has, but it's just going to give you a little bit more explanation. So go ahead and study that chapter. In addition to that, we also have the study help, and here is where you have answers to the chapters. So far I have only opened chapter 1, and I will be opening the other chapters as we go. And this is what week 3 looks like. You have, of course, the preview questions due on Monday, and then the how dual earners cope, and that's one going to be due on Thursday. Chapter 1 outliers due on Friday, and then the discussion due on Friday also, and then by Saturday you have to reply to at least 2 classmates. And then one additional thing that I have here is another main idea PowerPoint with my voice. If you feel like you need a little bit more explanation or a little bit extra help, you are free to open this PowerPoint. I want to point out about the discussion board. You guys are participating really well with the discussion, But one thing I want to make sure is that towards the end of the week, like Saturday, go back to the discussion and make sure that nobody has asked you any question or has asked you for clarification. And then I will be putting some notes to kind of finalize the discussion. So I'm not closing that discussion until the following week. So in case you need to go back in there and respond or maybe even ask a question, feel free to do so. Something else I want to point out is when to get feedback from your homework, if you go to the file, for example, this is the one for All Washed Up that we did last week, and you click here on Submitted, you open that and you will see the answers that you got correct or incorrect. And then if you scroll all the way down, you will also be able to see my comments. So that way you get feedback from what you did. And I'm not gonna, once I close that homework, I will reopen it towards the end of the week so you can check your comments. So this one is mine, so I just click, click, click. So of course I have a lot incorrect, but you can see that I wrote, why did you miss so many? You need to be more careful. Of course, that's a comment to myself. I probably wouldn't make a comment like that to you, but go ahead and check the comments. So that's one place where you can check and see. Another place where you can check your comments, if we go back to lessons, is if you go to my grades here, and you're going to see on the right side a column called comments, and I have made sure to make comments, especially for the outliers. I have corrected question by question and made comments for each one, so that in case you are not sure why an answer was a certain way, you can check my comments there. So you can see here for one student, I have several comments that are specific for each question. So number 3, I have, I agree with you. I also thought he was older, and looked, that was commenting about the picture, and so on. So if I scroll down, these are all the different students, and you can see that I have responded kind of in depth. So make sure that you go ahead and check that out. This week we're doing main ideas, and you have probably studied main ideas before, but it's kind of the key to good comprehension. So please go ahead and study that chapter carefully. I want you to continue practicing annotations, and what I would like you to do for that is go ahead and scan the document. So annotate the first 2 pages of How Dual Learner Couples Cope on pages 85 and 86. You can scan them or you can take a picture, but I saw last semester that scanning works much better. What I would like you to specifically focus on is the main idea. So underline the main idea, and then on the sides just write MI, and that way I will know that you understand what the main idea is and where to find it. As you will see from the slides, you can find the main idea in different parts in the paragraph. So once you do the annotation, scan the document and send it to me as an attachment right there in the Dropbox. If you're having difficulty doing that, you can go ahead and send it to me in the Angel email, but most of you, I'm sure, will find no difficulty doing it in the Dropbox. And that's basically all we have this week. If you have any questions, as always, please make sure that send an email right away, or you can give me a call or stop by my office during office hours. Hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon.